Welcome back to the Chicago Bears franchise on Madden 22, guys. And we have reached our bye week, week 10. And what a start to the season for our Bears. I'm not going to lie to you. I am shocked at how good this team has been playing. We are 6-3 on the season. Number one in the NFC North. We have a game lead on the Packers, a 2-game lead on the Lions, and the Vikings are 1-7 on the season. So in today's video, we'll go over stats, take a look back at what's happened over the first 9 games. Also, we'll get our first look at the scouting. Yes, we've been scouting, guys. We've been looking for players to draft and build this team up. Also, we'll take a look at free agency, see which players we could possibly go after in free agency at the end of the year. This is going to be a fun video, so make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. So let's start things off with the season stats through 9 games. Justin Fields, 2,306 yards. He's got 11 touchdowns with 11 interceptions. He's completing 59% of his balls, averaging 256 yards per game, but he has been sacked 20 times. Now, he's a rookie, so he's going through a hard time trying to transition from college football into the pros. He does force a lot of balls, and his offensive line isn't that good. So there's been a rough patch so far for Justin, but I think the stats are pretty solid. I'm excited to see what he can do in the second half part of the season. Andy Dalton is his backup, 6 of 13 for 70 yards. He's thrown 2 picks as well. But I think where we have excelled is on the ground. David Montgomery, 134 carries, 636 yards, 10 touchdowns. He has 1 fumble so far this year. He's averaging about 5 yards per carry, almost 80 yards per game. He's definitely the leader of this running back group. He's had a couple of great games for us. We're going to rely heavy on him for the next few weeks as we get ready and hopefully to make the playoffs. Tariq Cohen, 39 carries, 327 yards, 3 scores. Then you've got Damian Williams, 36 carries, 229 yards, and 3 scores. Fields as a runner, 23 carries, 137 and 2 scores. Herbert, he's getting some playing time as well, 12 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. To the wide receiver room we go. Marquise Goodwin off to a great start this year. He's on pace for 1,000 yards, 38 grabs, 609, and 4 touchdowns. Then you've got Allen Robinson, 37 catches, 533. He's got 2 touchdowns. Cole Kmet, 37 catches, 453 and a touchdown. Darnell Mooney, 32 catches, 352 and 2 scores. He's still kind of upset. He wants to see more balls come his way. I think we're doing a solid job of finding him and getting him open, but he's had a lot of drops so far this year. I don't know if they keep drops as a stat, but I think one game he had 3 or 4 drops in one game. Jakeem Grant, we traded for him a couple of weeks ago. These are his stats from Miami, 23 catches, 393, and 3 scores. Tariq out of the backfield, 15 catches for 70 yards. Jimmy Graham, 8 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Taking a look at the offensive line, I'll say this, man. They're doing a great job run blocking. They are opening up some big lanes for Montgomery, Williams, and Cohen. But when it comes to pass blocking, it has been a struggle. Mustipher leads the team with 5, tied with Jason Peters. That's our left tackle. Our left tackle has given up 5 sacks so far. Feedy's given up 3. Whitehair has given up 2. Daniels has given up 1. We've got to figure out a way to get this offensive line better. They have to give Justin some time to throw the ball. And that's been a big concern so far through the first 9 games. The pressure that he is getting in his face, he's getting hit as he throws. It's just not a good look. To the defense side of the ball we go. Roquan having a Pro Bowl type year, man. 79 tackles, 5 TFLs so far. Tashawn Gibson, 63 tackles with 3 TFLs. Kendall Vildor, 55 tackles on the season. E-Jack has 50. Jalen Johnson with 47. Khalil Mack, this dude's a monster, y'all. 38 tackles, 11 TFLs. Artie Burns with 36. Akeem Hicks has 35. Iggy with 33. You got Xavier Crawford with 24. Ogletree has 19. So does Christian Jones and Eddie Goldman. You can throw Duke Shelley in there with his 19 as well. Robert Quinn with 14. And Houston Carson has 14 as well. And Bilal Nichols with 13. I think we're doing a great job getting after the quarterback, especially Khalil Mack. 11 and a half sacks through 9 games. He's a monster off that edge. He leads this defense. Eddie Goldman has 4.5. Akeem Hicks putting up some big numbers so far through this year, man. 4 sacks on the year. I would love to see Robert Quinn get after the quarterback a little bit more. We're paying him too much money for him to only have a sack and a half. Roquan has a sack. Christian Jones has one as well. Bilal Nichols and Atachu has one. They split a half a sack. Turnover department, only 5 interceptions this year, 3 from Eddie. He's been a beast. And then 2 from Jalen Johnson. And that's it. I would say our pass defense is awful. I feel like these two are our best pass defenders, Jalen Johnson, Eddie Jackson. Vildor is kind of holding his own, but, he got exposed bad for the past couple games. Jalen has done a solid job. I feel like we can keep growing him. He can become that shutdown corner that we're looking for. But I am going to be looking for another corner to match up with Jalen going into the offseason. I like Vildor a lot, but I just don't think that he is a starter. I don't think he's a cornerback number 2. He might be a nickel or a dime corner in the future. Cairo Santos, solid year, man. 15 to 17, 88%. He's got a long of 54, 27 to 28 on extra points. Pat O'Donnell, 19 punts, 845 yards. He's got 6 inside the 20. In the return game, it was important that we brought Jakeem Grant in. I felt like our return game wasn't really that great with Khalil Herbert back there. He's done a solid job. A lot of these stats coming over from Miami. He's got 31 returns for 766 yards. And in the punt game, 12 returns for 86 yards. So let's take a look and see where we stand among some of the NFL best. And we have the number 1 rated offense in the league right now. We've got almost 5,000 of total yards. On offense, we are number 2 behind the Kansas City Chiefs. Through the air, we've got a top 15 pass game behind the likes of the Browns, the Bills, and the Chiefs. In the run department, we have the best running game in the league right now with almost 1,400 yards. We average 29.5 points, and that puts us fourth in the league behind the Panthers, Chiefs, and Browns. Passing touchdowns, we're going to be at the bottom of the list. We only have 11. Yeah, we are 4th from the bottom. Rushing touchdowns, we should be up there pretty high. Yeah, we're the number 1 team when it comes to rushing touchdowns. 178 total first downs. That makes us the number 1 team. Offensively, not bad. Not bad. Passing could be better. Passing touchdowns could be better. But we are a run-first team. Now, defensively, we are the 5th worst defense in the league. We've given up almost 3,400 yards, mostly through the air. I feel like we've given up a lot of passing yards through the air. Yes, we have the worst pass defense, 2,729 yards through the air. Now, where we do change things up is in the run game, man. We have a pretty good run defense, a top 3 run defense, 667 yards allowed so far. I think we've probably given up the most points. Close. Yeah, Giants. We've given up the 6th most points in the league, 249 points. I would love to see that number come down a lot. QB sacks, we are 3rd thanks to 11.5 from our guy Khalil Mack. We forced 4 fumbles. That gives us a top 5, top 10 rating. And I know interception-wise, we're not even close. We're 5th. But look at the Browns. How did these guys have so many interceptions? Our guys they just want to swap the ball. Pick the ball off. Now, we have reached the midway point of the season in Week 10. Let's take a look at our annual awards. Right now, Christian McCaffrey is your favorite going into our bye week as the league MVP. Then you got Colin Kaepernick. He signed with the Eagles. He's number 2. You got Mahomes at 3. Kyler Murray is 4th. Baker is 5. Kamara is 6. Matt Ryan is 7th. You got Justin Herbert 8th. Dak in at 9. And Brady is 10th. Coach of the year, Urban Meyer has the Jaguars 6-2. Arthur Smith, he's got the Falcons at 6-2. Mike McCarthy has the Cowboys at 7-1. You got David Culley, he's got the Texans at 5-4. Nick Serini, he's got the Eagles at 5-4. Matt Rule has the Panthers at 5-4. Griffin Murphy, he's got the Patriots at 6-3. Zach Taylor has the Bengals 4-5. There's our coach, Coach Lance Briggs. He's ninth on this list, got the Bears sitting at 6-3. And then Dan Campbell, he's got the Lions at 4-4. So let's dig a little bit deeper into these awards. In the NFC, Offensive Player of the Year, Christian McCaffrey is number 1, followed by Cap. You got Murray, Kamara, Matt Ryan, Zeke, Dak, Tom Brady, Saquon, and then Matt Stafford. Defensive Player of the Year in the NFC so far, Khalil Mack leads the way. Then you got Chandler Jones, Darius Slay, Shaq Barrett, Isaiah Simmons, Cole Holcomb, Aaron Donald, Hassan Reddick, Brandon Graham, and then my guy DeMario Davis. Offensive Rookie of the Year, shout out to our QB1, Justin Fields. He leads the way, followed by Kyle Pitts. Then you got Devontae Smith, Trey Lance, Trey Sermon, Dwight Brown, okay, Jake Funk. You got Kylan Hill, Mason Stoke, and then Javian Hawkins from the Falcons. Defense side of the ball, Richie Grant, Levi Anwazuriki. I butchered that. J.C. Horn. You got Z Jewelry. Probably butchered that as well. Xavion Collins. Jamin Davis. I'm not even trying with that. That's Osa. Michael Parsons, Milton Williams, and Eric Stokes. Best QB in the NFC, Cap, Kyler Murray, Matt Ryan, Dak Prescott, Brady, Stafford, Wilson, Jameis. You got Aaron Rodgers and Ryan Fitzpatrick. Best running back, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Zeke, Saquon, David Montgomery. That's good to see him in the top 5. Miles Sanders, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Swift, Cordell Patterson, and Chris Carson. Best wide receiver, no doubt, DeAndre Hopkins. Randall Cobb is 2nd. That's interesting. Christian Kirk is 3rd. You got CeeDee Lamb is 4. Deshaun Jackson is 5. Robert Woods is 6. Scary Terry is 7. Golden Tate is 8. Antonio Brown is 9. And look at Marquise Goodwin cracking the top 10. I don't think any of our offensive linemen will be up here, but Zach Martin leads the way, followed by Tyron Smith, Teron Armstead, Brandon Brooks, Trent Williams, Rodney Hudson, Jason Kelsey, La'el Collins, Ali Marpet, and Ryan Jensen. Best defensive lineman, Brandon Graham from the Eagles, Aaron Donald from the Rams, Vita Vea from the Bucks, J.J. Watt, Cameron Jordan, Daniil Hunter, Deron Payne, Dalvin Tomlinson, Nick Bosa, and Akeem Hicks is number 10. Best linebacker, our guy Khalil Mack. You got Chandler Jones, Shaq Barrett, Hassan Reddick, Isaiah Simmons, Zadarius Smith. You got Kwan Alexander, Cole Holcomb, Shaq Thompson, and DeMario Davis. Best DB, Darius Slay is number 1, followed by Eddie Jackson. He's in at number 2. You got James Bradbury the 4th. Landon Collins is 4. You've got Jair Alexander at 5. Jam. Jamal Adams is 6. Sidney Jones the 4th is 7th. Jaquiski Tart, who we just saw a couple weeks ago, he's 8th. A.J. Bouye is 9. And Steven Nelson is 10. Best kicker, Rosas from the Saints. He's number 1. You got Robbie Gould in at 2. Greg DeLeg is 3. Cairo, he's in at 4. You got Dustin Hopkins at 5. Seibert is 6. Norton is 7th. Pinheiro is 8th. You got Matt Prater 9. And Graham Gano is 10th. So let's take a look back, see how we got to 6-3 on the season. We kicked things off on the road against the Rams on a Sunday nighter and got the W 24-20. Great team win. Justin threw for over 300 yards. We had a big game from Tariq Cohen. He went over 100 yards as well. Week 2, came back home and lost to the Bengals. They have a really good team, man. Joe Burrow had that team rolling, and they beat us 34-17. Then we went back on the road, took on the Cleveland Browns and handled business 41-31. Came back home and lost a tough one, an overtime loss to the Lions 34-28. But we got our revenge, man. We got things going and got refocused, played the Raiders and beat them 36-10. That started a 3-game winning streak for us against really good squads. We beat the Packers 38-24, and then went down to Tampa and beat the Buccaneers 34-20. The defending Super Bowl champs, we made them look bad. We came back home, though, and we got exposed. Trey Lance and the 49ers made us look ridiculous. 48-14 was the final. And then right before the bye week, we took on the Steelers and pulled that game out on the road 34-28. Again, we've had high moments, really good starts, really good games, but that then it's just like we kind of just take a bad nosedive. For instance, 3-game winning streak, and then we come back home and take on the Niners and get blown out the water. So we do have a decision to make. Jason Peters, he says, hey, Coach, we got any plans for the bye week? I think a lot of guys were hoping to get a little extra relaxation time and beyond what we normally get, recharge the batteries with friends and family. You cool with that, or do you want to use the off week to prepare for the next game? Honestly, I would love to get some extra preparation, right? I think, especially as we go into the final weeks of the season, I think we've got 7 games left. We need that time to kind of like mold Justin Fields. But at the same time, Justin has been tired at the beginning of every game. I want to get him some rest. Let's go with rest and relaxation. Now you guys have earned a little extra time off. Get some rest and heal up. Yeah, I think we've earned it, especially after the win last week. Thanks, Coach. And that's going to boost everybody up, man. +2 to the entire team for injury avoidance. A morale boost, +1. That's a great look for us. We've got 8 games left. This is going to be a big stretch of games for us. Let's take a look at our schedule for the rest of the way. So coming out of our bye week, we are at home, but we've got to take on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Then we hit the road to take on the Lions. That'll be a Thanksgiving Day matchup. Week 13, back at home, taking on the tough Arizona Cardinals squad. Then we've got a Sunday night game versus the Packers. Then the following week, we've got a Monday nighter against the Vikings. Week 16, we're traveling up to the great Northwest to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Back at home for the final home game of the season to take on the Giants. And we wrap things up on the road versus the Vikings. This is going to be a scary next 2 weeks, guys. We've got a short week. We've got the Ravens this week, and then in the same week is Thanksgiving. We take on the Lions Thanksgiving Day. I can see us running the table maybe, but I also see maybe 3 losses. The Ravens, the Cardinals, maybe Green Bay, maybe Seattle. We just got to come out and play focused. So it's time to start looking ahead. We've got to start preparing for the offseason. We've done a couple of signings already. We've negotiated with a couple players. But we still have some pretty big names on the board. And one player that I'm very concerned that we might end up losing is Akeem Hicks. Now, we've been working with them, trying to find a deal that'll fit in the range he's looking for. But he's already said he's not interested. There is an option of using the franchise tag on him. I'm just not sure how much that's going to cost us. Damian Williams, our 3rd running back on the roster. I want to keep him around. That price isn't too bad. That's about, $4 million a year, a little over $4 million a year. He's worth it, even though he's getting up there in age. He'll be 30 next season. And if you know anything about Madden, once a running back starts to hit 30, it's a wrap. He's going to start declining quick. Deshaun Gibson is an interesting player. He's got 86 speed, 82 zone coverage. He's not fast enough to play strong safety for us anymore. We have used him in the box more. He's our nickel linebacker next to Roquan. I'm not sure about bringing him back. We're actually shopping for a strong safety in free agency and in the draft. But if we do have to keep him, that $13 million, we're going to have to come down on the price. Jimmy Graham, I'm expecting him to retire after this season, 81 speed. He's got great hands still. But as a 35-year-old tight end, when we still have Cole Kmet and a lot of young tight ends who can make plays like Jesse James, Jimmy might find his way out of Chicago. I'm not anticipating bringing Jason Peters back, 39 years old. Again, I think he'll probably retire at the end of the season. So we will be in a market for a new left tackle. Demir Bird, we might bring him back. Again, that 3-year, $13 million contract. We'll see. Rashad Perryman, I'm pretty sure we're going to let him walk. Same with Andy Dalton. Artie Burns, keeping that cornerback depth at a 1-year deal wouldn't be too bad. I would love to bring Christian Jones back as well, even though he's going to be 31 next season. Elijah Wilkinson, keeping that depth on that offensive line is important. Probably will bring him back and Ifedi as well. But I'm hoping to find a right tackle that can come in and start and be a solid starter for us. As I mentioned before, I would love to bring back Jesse James. He's been a solid weapon, especially for like a little dump down passes. Marquis Christian, I think we could develop him into a good player. I really do. I want to keep him around, kind of build him up. He's only 26 years of age. Still has a lot of football ahead of him. Same with Iggy. I'm definitely bringing him back. He's going to be an integral part of our defense moving forward. Would love to bring Deion Bush back as well. I need to get him more playing time. I think he could be a solid player in the secondary for us, especially with Tashawn Gibson playing more of a nickel linebacker role. He's Xavier Crawford, another corner that we can still develop. I want to bring him back. DeAndre Houston Carson will probably bring him back. Sam Mustipher, probably bring him back, but we probably will be shopping for a new center as well. J.P. Holtz, a solid tight end, great pair of hands. We'll bring him back. Alex Bars will probably let walk. And Patrick Scales, he's our long snapper. $850,000 is nothing. We'll probably bring him back. But, again, it's all about this guy right here, man. We've got to find a way to bring Akeem Hicks back. I think the combo of him and Khalil Mack on the defense, it's important. It's important. And if it costs us a lot of money to franchise tag him, we just have to do it and find a way to get him a deal done ASAP. Now, one thing I love to do is to go through each team and kind of see who's going to be a free agent, who hasn't signed a new deal yet. And I've come up with a short list of players. You got a lot of corners, outside linebackers, offensive linemen, and a couple safeties that have not signed deals just as of yet. We want to bring in some young talent. We don't want to get older. And I think a lot of these guys can come in and be solid contributors for this Bears squad. One player that I'm looking at is DeAndre Baker from Kansas City. He's 5'11", 180. He's his second year out of Georgia, 24 years of age, 72 overall. And he's got solid traits, 89 speed, 75 man, 70 zone. The play rec is kind of the concern. He's got great acceleration, solid agility, and 82 press. I think he could start over Vilder. I think he's actually a better corner than what Kendall is. He has not signed a deal yet. He could be a free agent. I'm not looking to go out and get like 90 overalls. I'm not trying to get, the big name free agents. I'm trying to find a great combination of players that can help us build this team up to a Super Bowl contender. Staying in the secondary room and staying on the Chiefs, this is Charvarius Ward, the fourth-year corner from Middle Tennessee State, 6'1", 196. He's 25. He's a 77 overall, and I really like the traits that he has. 91 speed, 79 man, 77 zone, 80 play rec, 81 press. The only problem is he's not that agile. 83 agility, 86 acceleration. Again, I need another corner. Go with Jalen. I feel like Jalen, if we keep getting his training up, he keeps having a solid year, he could be a true shutdown corner for us here in the next couple seasons. Here's another corner we've got our eye on, Justin Coleman from the Dolphins, 5'11", 190, seventh year out of Tennessee. He's 28, a little bit older. And as you can see, he actually has a +1 right now. That means he's having a pretty solid season. He comes in with 88 speed, 79 man, 77 zone, 85 play rec, 91 acceleration, 93 agility. That's what drew me to this player, man. The acceleration and the agility. Now, he's not the fastest. 88 speeds, not that fast. But he makes up for it with the acceleration and agility. Again, he's got a nice frame too, man, at 5'11", 190. I do like my corners a little bit taller, but I think he could come in and do a solid job for us. Now, this guy is on the shorter side. Avonte Maddox from the Eagles, 5'9", 184. He's 25 years of age, fourth year out of Pittsburgh, but he's a star. This kid is going to be something special, man. If he decides to hit free agency, I think he's going to make a lot of money. 93 speed, 77 man, 77 play rec, 94 acceleration, 96 agility. We need speed. I think that's one of the biggest things we are lacking in our secondary right now is speed. We have a lot of guys who can run with the receivers but can't keep up with them. This guy, I think Avonte could come in and be a speedster for us. I think he might be at the top of our list. We've got a couple corners from the Falcons on our list. Let's start things off with Fabian Moreau, the 6', 204-pounder from UCLA in his fifth season. He's a 76 overall, and this is another guy that is fast. 93 speed, 76 man, 76 zone, 92 acceleration, 88 agility, and 79 press. Again, speed. And then there's Isaiah Oliver, the fourth-year corner from Colorado, 6', 210. He's 24. Again, we are looking for somebody who could come in and be a solid corner. I think he could be a decent addition next to Jalen. 90 speed, 79 man, 74 zone. But if it was up to me, I'd probably go Fabian before I go Isaiah. So one of the issues that we're having is that we're not generating enough pass rush from the other side of Khalil Mack. Khalil's doing a great job getting after the quarterback, but we need somebody else who's going to be a pass rush specialist. This is Lorenzo Carter from the Giants, 6'5", 255, fourth year out of Georgia. Fourth year out of Georgia, 25 years of age, and he can bend that corner, fellas. 88 speed, 90 acceleration. He's got 75 finesse move, 68 block shed. He's having a down year right now, so that's why you're seeing a lot of the red arrows. I like Robert Quinn a lot. I really do. But to be making almost $10 million and only have a sack and a half, that's just unacceptable. I feel like we need to get younger at that position, start developing more players. I think Lorenzo could come in and learn a lot from Khalil Mack. With that 88 speed, he could be very dangerous coming off the edge. So I think that Jason Peters is probably going to retire at the end of the season. So we're going to be looking for a new left tackle. And as you'll see later, there's not a lot of good left tackles in this draft class. So we've got to kind of start looking at free agents. Cam Robinson, the left tackle from the Jags, he hasn't signed a new deal yet. 6'6", 320, his fifth year out of Bama, 25 years old. His stats don't jump off the page, but they're solid. 91 strength, 76 run block, 75 pass block. He's a great lead blocker. My concern, again, Justin standing up. Like, are we going to be able to keep Justin upright, especially in this tough NFC North where there's a lot of good pass rushers? Back to the defense side of the ball we go. Here is Jalen Mills from the Lions, 6', 191. His 6th year out of LSU. He's 27. Now with Jalen, I'm envisioning that we move him to strong safety. He's got 89 speed, 77 zone, 76 play rec, 89 acceleration, 89 agility, 79 press. The only thing he can't do is tackle. He could be a safety. He could move to free safety. No, I think we got to keep Eddie at free safety, and then we can move him to strong safety. That way he could play over the top. I don't think he is solid enough to play man coverage as a corner. So I don't know. I figure we can move him around a little bit. He would have to change the color of his hair, though. That green hair has got to go. So this is an interesting situation going on in New England. Trent Brown, the big right tackle, is a superstar dev, right? 6'8", 380, 7th year out of Florida. He has not had a new contract yet. 87 overall. They have Schwartz in front of him right now at right tackle. My thoughts is if he touches free agency, we've got to spend the money to go get him and move him to left tackle. He's got 91 strength, 84 run block, 87 pass block, great pass block power, great run block power as well. Or we keep him at right tackle, and he can be a dominant right tackle protecting Justin's blind side, protecting Justin from some of those other pass rushers like the Smith brothers in Green Bay, Danielle Hunter, guys like that. If New England lets him go, we've got to be the first team to make him a big offer. And the last player we're going to take a look at today is Tyrell Crosby, the big left tackle from the Pittsburgh Steelers, 6'4", 315. His fourth year out of Oregon, 25 years of age, so still a project. 87 strength, 76 pass block. He's got 83 lead block, 82 impact, and 88 awareness. I think with Crosby and the guy we were just talking about, Trent Brown, if we were able to get those two as bookend left tackles, that would be a major upgrade on our offensive line. I feel like our guards are solid with Cody Whitehair and James Daniels. Center's still a work in progress, but those tackles are my biggest concern. We've got to find a way to find help for Justin on that offensive line, especially at those key spots. So the last thing we're going to take a look at today is the draft board. Now, we do not have our first-round pick because we traded up to draft Justin Fields last season. So we've got a second-round pick, a third, a fourth, 1/5, a sixth, and 2 7s. Now, I do envision us making some moves during the draft, probably some part during free agency, to either try to move up to the first round to get a player. We have scouted a few. We're not going to go through everybody, but we're going to look at some of the guys that we have already fully scouted. This draft class is kind of interesting, man. Not going to front. So we've already identified left tackle as a major concern for our squad. And as you can see in this draft, there are no draft-worthy left tackles. Now, I haven't yet scouted like down here in the 5th and 7th rounds, but taking a look at the top 7 left tackles, these guys are not that good. Where we might be able to find a player is on the right side of the line at right tackle. Benjamin Banks is a pretty solid guy so far. You've got Dwayne Franks from Texas. But that's really it, guys. On the defensive line, Casey Donaldson is a player that we've got our eye on. He's a second-round talent with first-round potential. He's got an A- tackle, B+ hit power, and B+ block shedding. At D tackle, I think Eddie Goldman's solid, but again, looking to add more depth, Andrew Ross from Notre Dame, 6'3", 315, A- tackling, B+ block shedding, B+ pursuit. Then you've got Max Pruitt from UCF, 6'5", 311. He's got a second round grade with first round potential, B+ block shedding, B+ tackle, and B+ pursuit. At outside linebacker, if we're not able to pick up Lorenzo Carter or somebody on that caliber, there's Warren Fowler from Louisville. He is 6'2", 220. He's got a third-round grade with second-round potential, B+ awareness, B tackle, B pursuit. And then you've got Quan Lewis from Oregon State. He's got a 6th-round grade with 5th-round potential, B+ pursuit, B tackle, and C+ block shedding. The only corner we think that has potential to make our team is Jalen Davis. He's 6'3", 188 from Washington. He's got a 4th-round grade with 3rd-round potential, B+ or B- plate rec, B- press, and C man coverage. But I think we might have found a steal in this draft. This is Carl Joyner from North Carolina, 5'11", 203. He's got B+ pursuit, B+ hit power, and B play rec at strong safety. And then you got Cam Russell from the Ohio State, 6'1", 199. He's got a third-round grade with third-round potential, B+ pursuit, B zone coverage, and C+ tackling. If we're able to pick up either one of these strong safeties, I think that's going to be a big get for us and being able to develop in that secondary. So here's just a short look at our draft board. We still have a lot of scouting to get to for the remainder of the season. I think the biggest holes that we need to fill probably at strong safety, definitely in the corner room, and if we can find a young pass rusher to develop on the outside, that would be a good pickup. Keep an eye on Michael Brinkley, the defensive end from Texas A&M, 6'6", 271, A- hit power, B+ tackle, and B- pursuit. So that wraps up the bye week, fellas. Now it's time to wrap up the rest of the season. We've got 7 more games. 7 more games. We're still sitting at number 1 in the NFC North. 6-3 on the season. The Packers are 5-5. The Lions are 4-5. And the Vikings are 1-8. We've got to come out and handle business. It's going to be tough starting off. We got the Ravens first, and as you can already see, we've got a game plan for an elite quarterback in Lamar Jackson. He's having a really good year, 1,777 yards, 12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but his arm is good. It's the legs we got to worry about. But hey, I know we can do this. Defense has to come out, set the tone. And offense, we've got to keep Justin stood up. We got to keep the pressure out of his face and allow him to be the great quarterback we know he is. Hey, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. Make sure you guys check out those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. And come through and join the Discord fam for exclusive content. And we'll talk from South Jeff Field when we take on the 7-2 Baltimore Ravens. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.